Hello, hello, my beautiful pearls. I hope you guys had, ladies and gentlemen, you had a great weekend, just as great as mine was. I will share with you. I think I'm going to dedicate one live just to share with you about the couple of weekends that I've had. Last one, I mean, last one and the one before. But for now, I'm going to dive deep into today's live and today's topic. So, if you've seen the post or if you've read the post, you would know that I'm talking about how we choose to live our lives and how we decide to lead our lives and what are the decisions that we make in our lives and how important it is to sometimes just take a breather and stop for a while, stop for a minute or two, or maybe a day, and just relax and think. Why do I insist on the word think? Because I mean, if we look at it, the way we are leading our lives today, I mean, not all of us, but the majority of people around, how do you lead your life? Like, what do you do in your daily life? Actually, do you ever stop and ask yourself, like, what am I doing, like, in my daily life? You know? So you wake up in the morning, what do you do? Do you ever like wake up in the morning and just take a breath in the morning and think, how is today going to look? What is my intention for today? What am I going to get as a result of today? Do you ever do that? A lot of people don't. The majority of people don't, right? So they wake up in the morning. I'm going to say we wake up in the morning. I'm going to include myself in that equation. Although I try not to, but sometimes, life is like it's always on the fast track, and sometimes you cannot help it. You just go with it. But I'm here to try and help myself and help you get out of that daily routine, or not just daily, like that lively routine that we live. So we wake up in the morning, we open our eyes. I mean, how many of you just open their eyes in the morning and the first thing that they do is they grab their phone and they check it? Raise your hands if that's you, right? A lot of us do that. Like we've been sleeping for 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, what have you. And then the first thing that we do in the morning is we want to know if anyone had actually contacted us while we were resting. I mean, really? Is this how you want to live your life? That's like number one. And then, we all have our habits of waking up. Like, for example, you wake up on your left side or on your right side. You toss and turn before you wake up, or you just all of a sudden stand out of bed and you're up on your feet and you're rolling for the day. Or do you take your time? But no matter how you do it, you all do it over and over and over again. Like every single day, it's the same routine, the same way. You wake up the same way every day. You go to bed the same way every day. And then you have your morning routines. Whatever they are routines. So you keep on doing them every day, every day. Meet lucky people. Lucky, I'm like, so every day you do the same things over and over again, whether at home or even like you finish, you get ready, you finish, you put yourself in your car, you drive to the office. And then in the office, you meet the same people every single day. And then these people create reactions in you or create things in you. Like some people that you see, they bring in you some positivity. Some other people bring in you some negative feelings. Some other people bring in you a completely neutral state of mind. So there's always this routine that is happening on daily basis. And most people don't just, stop and think during a given day, like, why am I doing things this way? Or what would happen if I make like a simple change or a simple twist to my day or a simple twist to my routine? How would my day be? What if I wake up in the morning and just go with the flow? I mean, how that's like, wow, right? I mean, who can do this? Can anyone just wake up in the morning, like on a working day, let's say, not over the weekend, but on a working day, like you wake up in the morning and you say, like, you know what, today I'm gonna go with the flow. It's very tricky to be able to do that. But you can actually do that. You can actually do that if you just stop and listen. And sometimes this is all it takes for us to get out of this routine life that we are living, to get out of this autopilot situation that we put ourselves in. We are on autopilot from the minute that we have acquired all the things that we've acquired throughout our lives. And then everything becomes like an autopilot for us. If we change our jobs, that autopilot gets like, how do you call it? It adapts to the new job, but it's still autopilot. So you do it once, twice, and then that's it. You're like living that life over and over and over again on daily basis and then on monthly basis. And then you get frustrated because you keep on doing the same things over and over again. And there's no time for you to think. There's no time for you to breathe. There's no time for you to have a holiday. There's no time. And like, even if you want to have a holiday, you'd be doing still the same things over and over again, except the work part. Now, the thing is, we as human beings have so much power in us. We have so much power. We have so much control if we only choose to have or to take over that control. It's like you are, like, let's say your body is the car and you are the driver, right? Now we are letting the car drive on its own. The way we are living today in this fast track, the way we keep things happening to us and we don't question, it's like you are sitting in an automated car and you're just sitting there and the car is driving you. But who's the driver here? Who is supposed to be behind that wheel and who is supposed to be deciding that on the destination or on the route? Who is taking that decision? It cannot be the car. Today, because we are on autopilot, our body decides what we do. Our body decides what time we wake up. Our body decides when we should eat. Our body decides when we should use the restroom. Our body decides that, okay, now I should take a shower because I'm secreting some sort of, smell or, or, sweat, right? So it's like my body is taking control of everything about me, but it shouldn't be the way. That shouldn't be the way. The way should be that you are in control of everything, your body, your mind, your words, your thoughts, and your dreams. And this life today is all about this, is about you stopping and you thinking and you putting intention behind the things that you are doing. Intention is like, probably for me, it's the most important thing that you can have to aspire and to want to get somewhere and to even open up to the receiving and to accepting things that are coming to you. Like today, if I wake up in the morning, I put an intention for myself. And that intention is like having a goal. And when you have a goal, you have something to work for, you have something to aspire for, you have something that is motivating you, that is guiding you. It's not like, okay, I'm autopilot today, I'm going to go, I wake up, I'm going to go home, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to do whatever I do. And most of the time, I'm not happy doing it. And then I'm going to come back home and my energy is like this, right? But what if I wake up in the morning and I put an intention for my day? Like today, my intention is to create only happy feelings, no matter what. Even if I'm going to work, even if I'm going to see people, even if I'm just staying alone at home all day, whatever I'm doing, if I set an intention in the morning, like let's try to do this, people. Let's try to do this. Why don't you one day wake up in the morning and set an intention for yourself? It's a challenge. You either take it or you don't, but I mean, try it. Try it. There's no harm in trying. If you don't want to do it over a week, a working day, although I really encourage you, especially this one, like putting the intention of keeping a smile on your face all day. How, like, how amazing would that be if you put that intention in your morning and just wait and see how the day unfolds for you? But remember that this is your intention. In fact, the minute you put your intention in your mind and you are really very clear about it, and it's really coming from your heart, you will not forget it during the day. And the minute you will forget it, you will remember that, oh my God, my intention was to have a smile on my face all day long. You would be driving your car and someone would be, I don't know, honking at you, or someone would be crossing you on a traffic light, or what have you, anything, that the things that happen on the road with us, that always get us out of our usual temper. And just remember to put a smile on your face and see the difference. See the difference. I mean, I personally, I have done this, and I am like probably the most relaxed driver on earth. Like I go behind the wheel and I drive, and I'm always very relaxed. I know what time I need to be in a place. So I just go earlier. I put myself in the car earlier and I drive earlier so that I don't put myself in that stressed situation. And this means that I'm being in control. I'm not just going with the flow of my autopilot. I'm going with my own decided flow. I'm going with the flow that I decided to have on any specific day. Okay. So wake up in the morning, put an intention for yourself, and see how strong that intention, because like the minute you put an intention, the strength of any intention, no matter how small it is or big, just by putting an intention to your day or to your time or to whatever you do, everything will change in the way you do things, or in the way you react to things, or in the way that you feel about things. So try this. That's one thing. That's one thing. Okay. The other thing is, I want to ask you, like, how many times do you stop during any given point in time or during your day and think about what you are thinking? Like, what are your thoughts? Do you ever do that? Do you ever just take a minute to like now, let's say I'm talking to you and then I stop and, oh, I have this idea, or I have another idea, or what is happening in my brain? Or do you just let it happen? Do you question your ideas? Do you question your thoughts? Any thought that comes to your brain? Do you ask, why am I thinking of that thought? Like what brought this to me just right now? Like I'm sitting, I'm doing nothing, for example, and then something crosses your mind. You ever think, why is that crossing your mind? Not paying attention to your thoughts, it it gets you to a point, you would be, for example, sitting. You'd be not sitting, you'd be like doing something and enjoying your time and having fun, and maybe not even paying attention to anything around you, and then all of a sudden you have a change in your mood, or you have a change in your whole in the whole feeling, like in your body. What's that? Do you question, like, are these thoughts? Or do you just, like, oh, I'm moody today? You blame it on the mood, or you blame it on, oh, maybe, I don't know, like women could be, maybe I'm PMSing, which is like the weirdest thing ever. For me, it should not be something that, again, your body should not be in control. But if you are, cherish it, give it the time, right? But I mean, that's a different topic. But the idea is, when things shift for you, like all of a sudden, do you question why this is happening? What is it that you were doing at that very specific moment that made your mind, or that autopilot, get alarmed and get like, oh, what is happening? No, we should do something about this. Something is not familiar. We should fix it. And then they bring you back to those states where you are stressed or unhappy or what have you. Think about those moments, remember those moments, and the next time something like this happens, take note of your thoughts. Remember, or see, or listen to your brain and your thoughts. What are they? Write them down. Think about them. Give them the time and the weight that they deserve. And see, maybe they are trying to tell you something that you are not aware of. Or maybe they are just there to distract you from something that is even more important, that something that is even higher in importance. So that's a second thing that, like, we hardly do. We people hardly do this unless you are on your awakening journey. If you are already on your awakening journey, then this becomes something you are so aware of that you kind of do every day and every minute. And you become so aware of your thoughts that life becomes a completely different experience. Life becomes something that you yearn for, something that you are excited about, something that you are like looking forward to enjoy and to have and to master and to cherish, you know? So just give those things, or those comments, or those points that I'm giving you today, just give them some thoughts and see where these thoughts take you. So, number one, take a breather. Think about your day. How much routine is there in your day? And try to break it. Try to break it by doing something constructive, obviously. I'm not here to tell you to destroy whatever you are doing in your life. This is not what I'm doing. What I'm trying to tell you is just take a breath and maybe see how your life is being led by everything that is external to you and not really by you, right? So the example, for example, of you picking up the phone, the first thing that you do in the morning to check your social media, or to check your WhatsApp, or to check your messages. I mean, who is leading? Not you. Instead, you wake up in the morning, take a breath, maybe meditate, do your morning routine, and then maybe have your breakfast, have your morning tea or coffee, whatever it is that you do, and then look at your phone, and then see what is happening in the outside world. Give your inside world some time for it. Give it some time. See what is happening. Understand where you are, what you are thinking, what you are feeling. What do you want? What are your aspirations? Put your intentions. And then see how things go, right? So this is something else. And all of this, everything that I'm talking about today is to kind of pave the way for you to be able to dream of things and bring them to reality. But in order to do that, your body, your brain has to be open to receiving and has to be able to ask for things, not just open to receiving, but also um, prepared. And prepared is the best, and equipped. Equipped is the best word. Equipped to desire. You'd think like, what does she mean by equipped to desire? If you have always lived on autopilot, and if you are always going with the flow, how do you know what you want in your life? If you have no time to even think, how do you know what your desires are, what your dreams are? So this is what I mean. Okay. The third thing I want to talk about today is how much do you pay attention to the words that come out of your mouth? And mind you, the words that come out of your mouth are the result of your thoughts. So they are interrelated. So today, if every time I want to say something, I am using negative words, I'm using bad words, I'm using insulting words, I'm using diminishing words, what does that say about me? To start with, what does that say about me? Even when joking, I mean, I tell you, I'm a person who jokes a lot, and I used to use bad words in my jokes. I don't do this anymore because I feel like, if I do this, it's like I'm asking for this in my life. You know the saying, be careful what you wish for. When we say what you wish for, by that we mean be aware or be careful of what your thoughts are, because your thoughts are going to bring into your life what they are. So that's why when you see people around you are thinking positive, you see that their energies are always uplifted, their energies are always high, and with time you start seeing them thriving in their lives. And sometimes a lot of people don't understand why. Well, this is why, because they've stopped, they've asked, they've changed, they took a breath, and they started thinking, and they started actually reflecting and understanding, not reflecting, they're always reflecting their thoughts. Whether they are positive or negatives, your thoughts are always reflected in your life. And this is why it's very important to take note of your thoughts. So when you're thinking good things will happen. When you're thinking negative things will happen. It's like a simple equation. And if you don't believe me, try it. Or if you don't believe me, just take note of the things that are happening in your life, or of the thoughts that are happening in your life. And you come back and tell me. You come back and tell me, you say, Mason, yeah, I swear you were right. Like, how did I not even notice this before? Okay. So when you start having that awareness, when you start having that knowledge of how important your thoughts are, how important your intuition is, because then when you start noticing these things, your intuition opens up and you start listening to it more, because now you're not listening. Now you're on autopilot. You're just somewhere else. You're like going with whatever that autopilot has been learning for the past 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, what have you. All of this time. And No matter where we are in our life, we can change this. No matter where we are. It takes time, a little bit of time. It takes a decision to get out of that routine, to get out of those autopilot actions that we do, mm, to actually decide, not decide, to admit that, first of all, we are on autopilot, and to accept the fact that this is how we have been living for the past, what have you, years. And then from there, you start making that shift by taking that pose, by doing those thinking exercises. What is happening inside my head? What am I thinking? Why am I thinking this way? Where do you want to go? Where do I want to go? Put an intention. Where do I want to be tomorrow? Where do I want to be next year? Where do I want to be in 5 years? And not just where do I want to be, what's my intention of doing this? Even even if I decide, like, let's say 5 years from now, I want to be in I don't know, living in Europe. That's a desired state. That is something that I want. But what is my intention from that? Why do I want to do this? Why do I want to be in Europe 5 years from now? I mean, 5 years from now, I want to be in Europe. That's my goal. What's my intention behind my goal? So think about those things. Like, they sound big, but really they are big because they are very important for your life. They are very important for how your life will move forward from that point, from when you start doing these exercises. Putting intentions for things in your life, for aspirations, for your goals. Why do I want this? And this whole shift, you will start seeing things shifting in your life. You will start seeing how the universe starts sending things to you just because you're asking for them, this time in a very conscious way, instead of asking them for them from your autopilot or from your subconscious mind that is most of the time trying to keep you safe and trying to protect you. So it's always not gonna go in that direction where, for example, let's do something fun today, or let's do something crazy, and let's go jump out of a plane. you know so this is not something that you would normally do. But I tell you, the feeling that you have from when you jump out of a plane is probably, for me, the most amazing feeling I ever had in my whole life. That adrenaline rush. And some people like it, some people don't. But this is an extreme. I'm not saying that you should go to that extreme, but I'm just giving you an example of how you can break that, routine thinking, and that this is how my life is, and this is how I'm gonna live my life. You come here, you live my life, you live your life like blah 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 blah, and then you go to rest. Is this how you want to live your life? I'm sure no. I mean, nobody in their sane mind, and we all have sane minds, by the way, nobody would want to live their lives like in stress or stuck, or like on a roller coaster, which is always like negative and not, and there's no happiness and there's no joy there, and it's always very busy and very active, but not the good active, that very busy active where you have no time to breathe, where you have no time to sit and think. You have no time. Oh my God, even now I'm telling you this, and like the fact that I'm not breathing, I already feel I'm tense, you know? So this is how important, for example, breathing is. Do breathing exercises. They are amazing. And they will make you, breathing exercises, by the way, and meditations, they help you a lot to hear the thoughts that are coming in your mind, especially meditation, because when you start meditating, the first thing that happens when you meditate is, because you are being like taken into a journey where you are going to surrender, your body is going to surrender, and it's only your brain, then you start paying attention more to what's happening in there. Then you start having these uh, um, ideas that you cannot get rid of actually at the beginning of any meditation, because now you can hear them, or you can see them, or you can feel them, depending on how you do these things. But these are important things to know. It's important to know what this thing is doing or thinking, because this thing is thinking what you want to ask, what you wanted to think, by the way. It's not thinking something out of, like, that's coming from a different planet. It's you, it's all you, everything is you. And the only thing that you would choose, you would want to choose, is to be in control, not to let the physical control you as a decision maker, okay, as the boss. So once you know about these things, it's enough to trigger you. Like, this for me is enough of a trigger for you to start making a shift in your life, without even, like, even subconsciously. Your brain will be, after watching this, you will be thinking, like, even if you don't want to do it consciously, you'll probably do it while you're sleeping, like, what's happening, and you start dreaming different things, just because there are some neurons in your brain that were triggered by just these thoughts, by just, these ideas of, hey, wake up, what's happening there, you know just, and you will start seeing small shifts in your lives. And if you notice them, and if this is actually where you want to be, if you want to be in a higher vibration, or if you want to be living your life in a positive way, um, like I always say, there are so many reasons why we have all of this. This is only one of the reasons. But this also is one of the main reasons that blocks us as human beings from reaching our, like, from getting abundance in our lives, from accepting or from receiving the things that we want from the universe or from everyone around us, even when we are receiving things from people around us. I mean, a lot of people don't know how to receive, because they are living in this and they're always there to help others, but they don't know how to get their own help. They don't know how to get their own satisfaction, but they are very good at helping others. They are very good at doing things for others, never for themselves. They're always in that, like, roller coaster. A lot of people, when we go through our awakening journey, the first thing that we do is we start, and I talked about this before, and it's very important for anyone who is on this journey, is to start by loving who you are, by loving yourself, by starting from yourself. And when you love yourself, you will be able to love everyone around you. Everyone. Even the people who hurt you. They are here for a reason. They hurt you so that you can learn something. And their existence is here to teach you. So they're not hurting you, they're teaching you. And the less you get hurt, like, not the less you get hurt, I mean, the faster you get out of your hurt, the faster your experience of learning is. So let me explain what I mean. So if you linger in your hurt, it means you still haven't learned. So that hurt, if it comes and goes quickly, it means that you've already learned your lesson. which is amazing because that means that you're not gonna project more people like that in your future because you've learned the lesson, right? So the more you are aware of everything, of your thoughts, of your feelings, because the feelings are results of your thoughts anyway, but the more you are aware of your thoughts, you are aware of your feelings, and the more you are aware of your feelings, you are aware of how your body reacts, so your reactions from your bodily reactions. So the more you are aware, the more you are in control, because now you know and you can decide and you can choose. I'll take this or this. No, I'll take this. I will not follow like that daily routine that I do. I will not go to the office and just get upset because I saw my boss because I don't like my boss. I can look at my boss and smile and yes, you know. And these muscles, just if you move them, they will lift up your moods. Try it. Don't take my word for it. Just try it. If you smile or if you laugh, your mood shifts. It's amazing. Again, your body has like its strength as well. All right. I don't want to deprive the body from everything. So, because now you are aware, you know the importance of your thoughts and you know how much your thoughts are affecting you, then you can control them. Then you can control what you do and what you think. No, what you think and then what you do and what you say. What you say, I cannot stress this enough. This made a huge difference for me in my life. Like, even by making a different, like by choosing to choose the word choose instead of need or want, it gives me so much power. Just think about it. Like, I choose to do this. I choose to go to work today, and I choose to, in the morning when I see my boss, I choose to smile. Not I need to smile so that he doesn't think I'm like upset or anything. No, make it a choice. Choose to choose it. Choose to choose how you want your life to be. And that's your intention, right? This is exactly what your intention is. Your choice. Your choice is why you are doing this. I'm choosing to be happy no matter what happens around me. I'm choosing to be strong no matter what happens around me. I am making that choice. I am in control. I am the control. I'm the driver. And now this is the car, and it's not on autopilot. I'm totally in control. The more you do this, the more you are aware and the more you trust your intuitions, those thoughts that we usually calm and we usually like suppress. These thoughts are like, these are our intuition thoughts. They're coming, like, this is our gut. When you say, my gut is telling me that this is not going to work, but yet, because of your autopilot, you go for it and then it doesn't work instead of listening to your gut. And then the more you listen, the higher your intuition becomes, because now your intuition knows that you're listening and it becomes more alert for you, to help you, to support you. It becomes more aware for you. So when you are in a situation, your intuition is going to jump in and tell you, hey, be careful, or hey, listen, this is amazing, let's do that. Oh, this is going to get us here, or this is going to get us there, let's go for that. Your intuition is going to start to have the voice. It's always had this voice. It's just that you were never listening. Now you are. Now you're allowing that voice to come into your ear and tell you, let's do this. I sounded like my precious. um, and then the more clarity you have around your thoughts, and the more um like the better your choice is for your words, these two things consequently will affect everything that you feel and all your emotions. I tell you, when I started doing this, I promise you, very, very, very little are the things that change my mood. And very little are the things that like if I can say piss me off or make me feel like upset or angry, or I want to do something bad to someone or to something, or I want to hit the wall. None of this. None of this. And I tell you, I was never aggressive. That's not me. But I used to always sulk. That's me before. And I used to isolate myself a lot. But isolating myself at the beginning was my uh, how do you call it? Like my plaster or my medication. But at one point in time, isolating myself gave me some time to actually reflect and think, right? But I used to be someone who would, if I'm upset, like now I'm not upset anymore. I'm really like very rarely get upset. There are still things that trigger me, but the question is, how much do they trigger me? Like, how long am I triggered? Am I triggered for like a split second? I get upset and then I get over it and I live my life? Or do I make anything like that disturbs me, or anything that bothers me, I make it stick throughout, like for my day? Or I used to be someone who, if anything happens, I get stuck in my mood for days, sometimes months. And then I realized, like, what am I getting? What is my intention of doing this? What am I getting out of this? Why am I doing this to myself? What's my intention? What am I getting? Forgive me. Come here, Lucky. There's someone at the door. So this is the beauty of these lives. I love these lives because I'm doing them. I mean, this is where I work. This is my sanctuary. My home is my sanctuary, and I work from here. So having the dog around, and when anyone passes by the door, he just barks, which is good. At least he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, keeping things alarmed. So going back to what I was saying, knowing your thoughts and being aware of them, and being aware of your words, and choosing to choose the right words whenever you are talking and whenever you are saying things to others, to people around you, or even to yourself, makes a huge difference to your feelings. Your feelings become uplifted. Obviously, if you are making the choice to choose the right words, and the if you are thinking the right positive thoughts, and the awakened thoughts, I like to call them. Because sometimes we keep on saying positive thoughts. What's positive for me doesn't necessarily have to be positive for you, right? So sometimes, I mean, my positive thoughts could be completely like, maybe not negative to others, but neutral possibly, you know so your own thoughts, the way you see them, they elevate you. That's how I like to think of positive thoughts. Whatever they are elevating you. They are putting you in a higher vibration, in an elevated vibration, an elevated place. And that's where you would want to choose to come from. That's where you would want to choose to put yourself out there to the world, to the universe. Like, this is me. This is me. How amazing is that? How amazing is it that I am ready to receive that, because I am on this high vibration with my thoughts, with my words, with my emotions, with my feelings? How amazing is it that now you feel like this is what you're doing? And please, universe, just give me, give me what you know and what I know I deserve. And you will get it. You will get it. Manifestation. This is the word. Now you can manifest. Now you can be abundant, because look, we are all abundant. We are all born abundant. We abundance is our divine right. Just the way we live our life and everything that we learn, and we don't necessarily learn by choice. A lot of the learnings that we do, we go, and these are the limiting beliefs that we always talk about, right? We learn these things not by choice, but because we are going through experiences in our lives, and they start stacking over and over and on top of each other, and they start leading how we feel, how we live, how subconsciously that 95% of our brain body is leading us. So now you are open to everything that the universe can give you, and everything that the universe wants to give you, or is like, this is your divine right. You're asking for what is yours in the first place. Now you're ready to receive it. Before, you were not ready to receive it. It's a simple equation. And try these things. I'm sharing with you from my experience, because these things worked for me. These exercises helped me a lot. I mean, they literally shifted my life. They literally shifted my life. People who know me would tell you how different I have become in the past 2 years. Like, my life completely transformed. And it transformed to a really positive place, to a really amazing place, no matter what happens around. This is what you get. This is what you always get this. So, wouldn't it be amazing if, like, this is what everyone around you gets from you? This is what you get from you? Start with you. Like, in the morning, or whenever you look at yourself in the mirror, there's this smile. How amazing is that? Just by doing this, you are already uplifting everything around you. So I will leave you with this note, and I will nicely ask you to try it. But do it by choice. Choose to try it, and then see where it takes you. See where this takes you. And if you like it, and if you want to know more, tell me. I have a lot of information and a lot of knowledge around this, and a lot of teachings about this in my program that I'm putting together for all of this. So, for helping people get out of their autopilot, for helping people get out of their clutter, for helping people get out of their limiting beliefs, and know and understand that they have more. They are just not seeing it yet. So with that, I'm going to leave you, and I will see you next week. Ciao, ciao.